This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. With the Livecast starting so early today, I thought I'd compare each host to an element of a wholesome breakfast. Rob, of course, is your frothy cappuccino. Darren is that reliable and hearty plate of scrambled eggs, so comforting. And Sid? Well, Sid is that massive dump you take after the coffee and eggs kick in. Flush that boy down. Our IP Livecast starts now.
We are brunching, we are partying. Thank you for joining us. Special Sunday edition, a Sunday morning edition of RIPL Livecast. Being as though it's Sunday morning, all of our guests this morning are political advocates. We're going to have former Senator Tim Ryan on the show. No, we're not. Making jokes because it's the Sunday morning news cycle.
No weapons manufacturer CEOs on the show today.
Yeah, the CEO
to explain why war is necessary.
He's going to come on to talk about the peace talks.
Oh, great! Yeah. Awesome. Here on
Thank you.
Meet the Jewish Schlubs.
Meet the Schlubs. I like that.
I never knew that's how Shannon saw me. I feel like a hearty plate of eggs. I feel very comforted by that.
Yeah.
Is that my PR image?
You're a warm embrace.
Oh.
And I look like someone that's a good cuddler, I will say that.
Oh, thank you. I take that as I'm very into cuddling. Even I would say at my most horniest peak of my life, I was even equally into cuddling as I was into fucking. In my 20s, all through my life, I've been a romantic nuzzler. That's true. That's true. I'm very touched by that.
That phrasing is just a romantic nuzzler. I like that. That could be our next shirt.
Yes. We had the Googler, now we have the nuzzler.
Soft A. Nuzzler.
I get Mike Francesa to record a soundbite for it. What is this with this nuzzler? I don't. You wait online for 4 hours to talk to me, and all you got to say is nuzzler. All right. You're a fool. You're a fool. Okay.
He doesn't take calls anymore. He doesn't have a vehicle for call taking anymore, right?
Oh, that's sad.
Does he? I
mean, he doesn't do a radio show anymore, right?
No, he does his like a podcast.
Yeah. So I'm guessing they don't take live callers on that.
You could. Why not? He does the show live, I think. I honestly don't know. I'm saying, but I could be feasible at least.
I feel like that was always probably his most annoying part of his job, is having to talk to common scumbags like us.
Oh, 100%.
So I'm sure that's like the first thing to go once he got full control over his program.
Yeah, it seemed like he found a way to make it work, like to sort of, I'm going to incorporate this as an annoyance. Like, this is something I have to do. But my angle is I'm going to get annoyed at these people on the air and ridicule them. But now
I have no patience for their stupidity.
Yeah, he may never have to do it. So now he doesn't have to work it in.
It's just Mons. Mons is the voice of the people now.
Did he bring Mons, or did Mons?
I hope so.
Mons remain employed at WFAN. I can't imagine that Mike Francesa would pay him more than WFAN would.
It might just be in his contract that he has to follow Mikey wherever he goes, regardless.
Francesa can't even order a pay-per-view without Bonds. How is he going to go do a podcast without him?
That's true.
Yeah. Maybe his kids produce it.
You get some other schmuck to be Mons, you know.
I will say, I feel like since Mike has moved to his own platform, I feel like this is one of the things about moving to kind of streaming and away from like a mainstream area. I feel like we don't hear about him as much. We're not seeing as many links because his reach has decreased. Mm-hmm. So people aren't gonna it's easy to listen to something for free if you want to laugh at it, but you're not gonna pay a subscription fee to laugh at Mike Francesa.
Yeah, no.
You're not gonna pay him money to mock him.
Well, it also underlines the point I was making all along, which is that his entire fame was sort of fabricated and not real, because he schmoozed his way into a job at WFAN and didn't really have any talent or insight for creativity or anything that would support having a show on such a large platform. And it was just, he's like Trump. He somehow sort of carved out this perception of himself that he's good at something.
Mm-hmm.
And people believed it. Advertisers believed it. And it was like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And as soon as he left, when he had to do that on his own merits, no one gives a shit.
Yeah. And I think a lot of his success is just based on how early, like, sports talk radio was in its infancy when he started.
Right.
And so, like, it was very easy to rise to prominence when there's no competitors around. If he just, if Mike Francesa, like, how old was he when he started? Let's say late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
If that guy appeared now on like ESPN radio, nobody would give a shit. There wouldn't be a following for that show.
Right.
But you could say that about a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't think that right place, right time, sure. But hey.
I agree, Rob. But I think he's on the extreme end of the curve of right place, right time, is what I'm saying. Like, you could say that about a lot of things, but he's such a zero talent. He's such a zero talent. It's the worst example of it I've ever seen.
It's like anti-charisma.
Yes. Because I've always said this. You could put like a chili dog in that time slot on WFAN. People just tune in to get news updates every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they leave it on, or whatever. And you just hear the guy by osmosis and you go, I'm a Francesa listener, But you could put anyone on. It gets ratings. It's like the most listened to thing that people listen to in their cars or whatever. Or was. Probably not now.
His main talent is like making you believe he's an authority figure in the world of sports based on nothing.
Yes.
He's just a guy, but he carries himself like, of course I know more than you.
Right. And
people believe it.
He developed all these relationships with like Bill Parcells because he was the only sports guy around then. Like you said. We went from romantic nuzzling to like a man, the polar opposite of romantic nuzzling. Someone who no one would ever want to touch in real life.
Well, I was going to say, do you think Mike is a nuzzler?
Let's ask Ro. Can we get Ro on the line?
I think he's reading the Daily News while having sex.
Yes.
He's got like the racing form out.
He's like, she's just under him, like hearing about.
Oh, you think he's on top? There's no way he's on top.
Yeah, okay. She's over him.
Yeah.
Just listening to him like talk about Ichabod Crane in the third at Saratoga or something,
Once in a while she has to like move the paper out of the way to make sure he's still awake.
Yeah.
Because we know he tends to doze off.
Oh, that's like probably the highlight of her week, or she gets out of her like grinding duties.
It can end early.
Yeah, I'm confused now. Like, who's initiating here then? Is it her or him?
Yes, it's her.
Okay. She just has to have her needs.
He don't want nothing to do with that.
No. He seems asexual.
I had lots of sex in my 20s, okay? That's enough. I'm all sexed out. Back after this.
He got all the groupies that Bill Parcells turned down at the Italian restaurant. He would take his leavings.
You gotta have the chicken franchise. Just yelling at a woman in the corner. You gotta have the chicken.
Now I want some chicken.
Can we play that ad again? Do you have that ad queued?
Let me see if I can find it.
Manny's restaurant with him and Bill Parcells. I find it so weird that his name is basically Franchise and he eats the chicken franchise. Well, that's too on the nose. Don't you want to get something else?
He got some sauce on his nose?
Yes, that's for nuzzling later.
Oh, you lick it off.
You think he was still a romantic nuzzler back then when that commercial was shot in 1982 or whatever?
I'm just like trying to imagine Mike Francesa with like game, and I'm getting like a 404 memory not found. You know, like
no. I'm sure he dated women that would just also had no game whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like they just found each other. But then when he was like basically rich, had a few million in the bank, he probably, was able to find one woman, Ro, who was of a higher caliber, let's say, to settle down with.
Bless her heart.
I got a link to the commercial in our chat.
I'm excited. I haven't seen this in a while.
I couldn't find it on YouTube. I had to go on Twitter to find a link.
Really?
Oh my goodness.
Maybe this is like an extreme close-up.
This is on purpose. This is an artistic.
You know, Mike, I used to eat here at Manny's after every home game when I coached the Giants, and Manny's is as good as it gets.
You're right, it doesn't get any better than Manny's chicken franchise.
You tried the veal parmesan?
No way, I never have the veal. I always have the chicken. I always have the chicken. I always have the chicken.
How can you say that?
I'm out of here. Manny, where's the check?
The veal's way better than the
Manny!
chicken. Everybody knows that.
Check.
So
I want to play this again just for how he says franchise.
He's so excited
You know, Mike,
to deliver that line.
I used to eat here at Manny's after every home game when I coached the Giants, and Manny's is as good as it gets.
You're right, it doesn't get any better than Manny's chicken franchise.
You tried the veal parmesan?
No way, I never have the veal. I always have the chicken.
I want to point something out too. They haven't been served yet. There's just a loaf of bread and some wine on the table. So what are they saying? Like what?
That's how good the wine is. You get so drunk off the wine,
they've already
you ate already.
They've already eaten it. Here's
Right,
the
he has
last bite. He's putting it in his mouth.
There's a big blob of food. Yeah, I remember now. You're right.
That doesn't look like that just looks like an uncooked piece of chicken. What is that?
Or like mozzarella.
He's like, no, I will not eat chicken. Just give me a full plate of mozzarella. I will eat that at my leisure.
Now I feel like we've morphed into Tim and Eric. This is like a Tim and Eric bit.
They've morphed into Tim and Eric. We're innocent bystanders here.
You gotta have the chicken. No, the veal. The chicken. The veal. That's it. Give me a chick.
You need you two guys to argue with each other or whatever. Just do something. Just do something. This poor director.
Is this place still in existence?
I was just gonna look it up.
You should do a live remote from Manny's or a Patreon episode.
Manny's looks to be still rocking and rolling, baby.
There's a Yelp page for it, but without any pictures or reviews.
Oh, a friend did never go to Manny's. A Yelp reviewer friend never went there.
Yeah, I guess it is closed because there's no Google Map.
That's a shame.
Situation.
Yeah.
How many pictures of obscure sports figures had to be auctioned off because of the closing of Manny's? That must have been plastered. I can get a vibe already of what that wall looked like. You know, like Al Toon and like just people from the 80s that nobody remembers.
Here's the one review. Manny's was a huge part of my life for over 13 years. I worked for him at his famous sports bar. I will treasure all the memories, all the laughs and good times, all the wonderful people I met throughout the years. I miss those days. Janice.
All right.
Maybe I should have read it as Janice. No, Manny's was a huge part of my life for over 13 years. I worked for him at his famous sports bar. He was a doll. I will treasure all those memories. All the laughs and good times and the wonderful people I met throughout those years. I miss those days, Janice.
Hashtag RIP a legend.
And she had to sign it Janice, even though her username is Janice and appears there already.
Is it Janice from The Sopranos, do we think?
Did she shoot Richie in that restaurant?
Yeah.
Right in the chest? Oh, spoiler if you haven't seen it. Sorry.
20-year spoiler. But yeah, if you are Livecast hopeful, heartful,
what?
Are you
our Livecast fans have find a nice, good Mike Francesa clip of a funny one that we haven't played in a while. Send it over to us. We gotta get back on our Francesa.
Oh my God, you're malfunctioning.
Hustle. Yeah, I am malfunctioning. I can't think of words.
The mispronunciation of his name, I think, is throwing you off.
Yeah. Of all three of us, like who would Rob gets up at 4 a.m. every day to go swimming? Like you should be most alert.
With the sunset happening earlier, my sleep schedule is a little weird now.
Oh, what's happening?
So I have been going to bed a little later, but then I just still like wake up at like 3:34 in the morning, and I'm just up for 2 hours until I pass out again, and then I get like another 2 or 3 hours.
I get up at around that time to pee, but then I go back to sleep.
Man, am I the only person who never pees during the night? Should I be worried about that? I never piss during the night. I always piss like before and after, right when I wake up.
You have a healthy bladder.
Is that what it means? It could be like you guys are normal and I'm not.
Well, Rob, are you getting up to pee, or are you just getting up at that hour, like randomly?
No, I'm getting up to use the facility. But no, I mean, I'm getting up, and because I'm up, I'm like, all right, I might as well pee. I think it's more that.
I've gotten into those situations before, like just waking up and not being able to fall asleep. But it happens once in a while. I get a week like that where it keeps happening.
Yeah, I think part of it has to do with like I kind of ate a bunch of shitty snacks last night, so that also. It's weird. What you eat, it kind of affects how you sleep. It's kind of crazy.
That's why you
thought.
God, sorry.
What were my snacks?
Yeah,
was the question. I had some of those coconut dreams, I think they're called, from Keebler. They're like the fake Girl Scout samosas. Yeah, Samoas. The samosas are the Indian.
Samosas are very
like the fake Samoas. Some of these Nutella biscuits, which I'm also.
So just sugar. You're just pounding sugar.
Sugar.
Can't imagine why you woke up at 3:30.
Pounded sugar. That's right.
That's why you gotta have the veal. No, you gotta have the veal.
This was after having a ton of sushi, so that was nice too. I had a good sushi dinner.
Did you see Steve Buscemi this time?
No, Steve Buscemi. This was a different spot.
No,
that was
could
like
be
that
at
was
the
like
other
the fancy
spot too.
That's a good point. You're right.
He gets around.
He could become buddies like with Dave Grohl.
Oh,
food buddies.
Imagine.
I would love that, but I don't think he's looking for any new friends at the moment. He seems pretty full.
I just saw a clip online of from the TV show Just Shoot Me. Apparently, I guess it was, and it was Mark Hamill at a dinner, like trying to eat with his friend in the show, and David Spade just comes over. He's like, "Oh my God, you're Mark Hamill! Oh my God, you're the best!" And he just keeps annoying him, and Mark Hamill just like eventually just flips on him and does a rant about Star Wars nerds and everything. And that just reminded me of like Rob. What if Rob had gone up to Steve Buscemi that time? What that would have been.
Yeah, oh my God! Really did not want to be approached. It was very clear.
Yeah,
like the way his hat was just down as far as it could go. But
he's also got a very small head, so maybe the hat was just oversized.
I didn't think of that. I should have said hi.
Yeah,
my big Hollywood break ruined.
Just give him a salmon sushi on the house. Like send over a plate of something.
See if you catch his eye.
Yeah.
Any sparks fly. Platonic.
Or not. You put your phone number on it too. On the plate.
That's true. I guess I'm just assuming that Steve Buscemi is heterosexual. But...
He's artistic. I'm sure he's had dalliances. You know those artistic types.
Sure.
Right, Rob? You know those.
He dips in and out.
He doesn't. I was gonna say he doesn't move the needle on my gaydar at all, but Rob didn't either. So maybe I'm just not good at that.
Rob, does Steve Buscemi move your needle?
He does not move my needle.
No. In an intellectual way, not sexually.
Yeah, you could talk cinema with him.
I mean, I'd want to hang out with him, but not do anything sexual. No.
What if that was the cost of entry? No pun intended. Like you had to do something sexual with him to hang out with him.
Like what would I have to do?
Go down on him a little bit.
Yeah, fluff him.
Go down on him is not too bad. Like that doesn't require me to have to perform anything. Like like I don't have to maintain an erection to go down on him.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I thought you meant you don't have to put any work into your blowjob. I thought that's what you meant. That's not cool.
No, you gotta sell the blowjob.
Yeah.
Well, but you could picture other people. You don't have to look at his face while you're doing it.
Yeah,
you gotta have the blowjob franchise.
Oh my God! Nice little white wine sauce on his dick.
I'm just picturing that sketch of like gay Mike Francesa and gay Bill Parcells arguing about what flavor of blowjob to.
It's just the same thing, but at a bathhouse. So they're like in towels, patting each other.
You gotta get a rim job. No, blowjob. Rim job.
No. Blowjob. Come on, everybody. A rim job is a niche thing. You gotta have a blowjob. Everyone loves a blowjob.
And then you pan down, and Mons is jerking them both off.
And that first shot of Mike with the food is just a cum droplet.
Congealed. Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
It's the Livecast.
Yes. Or whatever time of day it is where you are in the world.
Yeah.
Darren, I have in our notes that you had a story to share about shitting in the dark.
Ooh.
I don't. Oh, yeah. I completely slipped my mind now. I went to a store and I went into the back of. This is very brief. I hope I'm not overselling this story, but I went to a store because it was an emergency. I went to like a bodega, and I went towards the back of the bodega, and it's like it wasn't for public consumption. Like the guy did me a favor, I go in the back where they shit, and there was just no light. And I flipped the light on and off like 47 times, and there was no way to leave. If I leave the door open, there's a continuous line of sight to the front door, so I couldn't just sit there with the door open. So then I go to I said, all right, I'll just light it with my phone. I'll just sit here with my phone screen. And wouldn't you know it, my phone battery died at exactly that time. So I literally.
This is how horror movies start, by the way.
Right. So I'm in the dark. I already have my drawers down, and I go. So now I don't know. I'm not oriented in this bathroom. I don't know where anything is. I don't know where the toilet paper is. So I had to get up, pull my pants up. I haven't shit yet, thankfully. And I go to the door and just crack it, and I do a quick Terminator scan of the objects in the room. I memorize it, and then I close the door again, and I go, okay, I know the toilet paper is 8 inches to my right and all this stuff. And then I successfully shit. I wiped, and then I washed my hands, and then I had to crack the door open again a little bit just to, I want to look at, I did another, after I washed my hand, I thought, I got to make sure I'm fresh. And I did another wipe, and I had to look at the paper because you got to judge for brownness.
Yeah.
So I had to crack the door to look at the paper, and I rewashed, and that was the end of my shitting in the dark story.
Did you tell the guy that there were no lights in the bathroom on your way out?
I was too embarrassed, even though like I don't like anyone to ever know that I shit into their toilet.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it would have mattered if it was pissing. So I didn't mention it. I was like mortified to say I shit in his bathroom.
Yeah, I don't think you needed to mention what you did in there. You just been like, I went in there and it was.
Yeah,
well,
if anything, it'd be more difficult to piss in there with no light
you get
on.
piss everywhere.
I think if I was going to piss in there, I would have sat down like a woman and pissed just because of that circumstance. I would have just sat down and peed. But anyway, the point is I took so long in there that the guy would have known that I was shitting, I feel.
Did you purchase anything?
So that he knows, regardless of if you say anything.
Right. So I don't. Right. I'm not saying I want to tip him off to the shitting. I'm saying I don't want to face him.
You don't just want no interaction.
Right.
I see. You want a walk of shame out of there.
Yeah.
Run. No, I actually bought something.
What'd you get?
What did you get?
Like
yeah, this is important.
Nature Valley bar or something. I don't know.
That's probably why you need to shit. So he probably made the connection. He's like, he's got all that bran in him.
Fiber.
But I didn't. I got it after I shit. I left.
So you could bless the next bodega.
Right. That never happened. I'm so regular, bro. It's like the past several years.
That's a drop.
I have
so
not,
regular, bro.
I've almost never shit in public. Almost never.
I was gonna say like this had to have been an extreme circumstance because I know your thoughts on public defecation.
Only a test.
I'll
public
do it.
secretion.
I muddle my way through when I have to do it. It's just
I don't want it. Like if I can make it home to shit, I'd rather shit at home.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I was between two jobs and they were like an hour train ride apart. And I was like, I just can't. I will shit my pants. And it was an emergency because like I had about an hour and 15 minutes to do this hour trip. Jeez. So I was like, I gotta get this out now. Like I can't hold it and I can't go around looking for a better toilet option.
So is this you got on the train, realized it, then got off the train, or was this before you started the hour journey?
It was right at as soon as I finished my first job, I got out and bam, I was going to soil myself. Okay. Like I don't have that control where I can it's when it's ready to come out, it's ready to come out. Other people have sphincter control. I lack that for some reason.
I have some. Like I can get like a 10-15 minute window.
I think
anything more than that is pushing it.
I think in a very extreme circumstance, I could hold it 10-15 minutes, but it's not pleasant.
Yeah.
Rob,
I'm a pretty good holder of poop.
Yeah, I don't know
if
why
it's
that
not,
is.
if it's not diarrhea, like if it's not liquid, I could hold it in. I can make it through.
Good for you. I wish I envy you. I wish I could. But I will say, when it's time to come out, it vacates the premises like that. Like, I don't ever have these long shits that other people talk about.
Oh, I have marathons. I have these. I wanted to ask you guys. Does this happen to you? Where you're like, oh, you have a sesh, you have a good sesh. You're like, okay, I'm done shitting. You stand up to wipe. Of course, this is now. I don't want to unlock a new thing of standing up wiping or sitting down wiping. But let's just say you stand up, and from standing up, you realize, oh, there's more shit.
I have that once in a while.
Yeah. Okay. Does that happen? Like, I'm like, oh, I feel like standing up has pushed down more shit. Where I'm like, oh, or I've had it where like I've wiped and I'm ready to leave the bathroom, and it's like, nope, round 2 right now. Let's go.
It annoys me so fucking much because it's like I just wasted all that fucking toilet paper.
Exactly.
Like how eco-friendly.
Yeah. Which, if you think about it, why even wipe at all? You're just gonna have to wipe again in a day.
Oh, well.
I'm joking. That's disgusting. And it causes rashes. That's not comfortable.
I have not.
Someone from experience. Hold on yourself, Rob.
No. What? No, I always wipe.
Also, what you said immediately. I'm joking. That's disgusting.
When
you said that was
just not wiping? Ew. Getting it on my undies? Oh, you're right. I could just go naked.
When I stand up, when I'm in a public place, I do a sit down wipe, and then I stand up. Provided there's time, time is not of the essence. I stand up and do another wipe from the back. I told you I'm a front wiper. I know you guys. We had a big argument about this, but when I always do a not cursory. I do an exploratory back wipe to make sure, because I'm going to be around people. I don't want to carry all this poo on my hole there. So I do. You have to look and you wipe until the paper is white again.
Mm-hmm.
Or red.
Yeah, it's true.
That's why I'm so pro bidet. It's like a nice little mini bath just for your butthole.
I don't trust it. That's the problem. Like, I don't trust it. I feel like
the technology has gotten great.
I can't. Not that the technology is bad. I'm saying, for my well-being, my mental state of mind, I won't be able to trust that there's not remnants there. Like, I need to see.
Oh, absolutely. You still do a cursory wipe after.
Oh, is that the bidet standard? Do you have to still wipe?
Well,
you gotta wipe the water
there afterwards.
Yeah, it's still a little wet. It's still a little damp is too strong a term, but there's like a bit of a there's a little bit of a trickle of wetness that you want to dry off.
And it's carrying like booty juice, right?
No,
it's carrying poop.
When I had my hotel with the bidet, all of my cursory wipes were just white. Like wow. There was nothing. It cleaned it all out.
Okay, so maybe if I had a bidet over time, I'd feel less need.
Yeah, you would trust it more.
Right. Okay.
Food for thought. To earn that trust. It's a process.
But I don't. Yeah, since I've been regular, honestly, I also do not have that thing you mentioned. Well, not. Shouldn't say I don't. The frequency is much lower. That I finish shitting and I have to shit again. Like, it just comes out at just like about 11 a.m. and then I'm good for the day. And so I don't know. I mean, I just eat better. I don't eat perfectly. Like, I eat junk sometimes.
Is that why you say you need to end the show at 11 a.m. today, Darren?
That's exactly it. No, I would just pause my camera and run in there if I had to go. I've had that happen a couple of times.
You need to get that portable mic so you could bring it with you.
I remember when we used to do the show live in studio, I had one enormous shit that I missed 20 minutes of the show.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, it was real bad. And I don't have long shits, like I said. And I was trying to yell through the show, perform my part of the show.
I remember that one time I brought the phone. Did I call in from the bathroom when I had to go? Was that it?
Yes.
I remember something like that. Dedication. Thankfully, I did not drop the phone into the toilet.
Oh, I did that once.
Oh my God!
I got it out, and it didn't. I was just mortified about how germy it was.
Yeah.
I actually didn't use it the rest of the day. I wrapped it in. This was I was outside, not my toilet. My toilet.
Was there business in the toilet, or was it a fresh toilet?
It was just flushed.
Okay.
Previously, and then the phone went in.
Okay.
And
at least that's best case scenario, I suppose.
Yeah, or at least horrifying case scenario.
Yeah.
I wrapped it in toilet paper, and then I put it in my bag, and then I sanitized it when I got home. But having to go in and get it was also
Oof.
And it went down the hole, like the flush hole, but like retrievable, you know.
Oh, right. It's too wide to like actually flush.
Right, but I had to go in deep to get the fucking phone out. Wasn't
like train spotting.
The
toilet.
Let's see. There's some stuff in the in music world
about shit.
Well, probably
a piece of shit.
Oh.
Stained Aaron Lewis, who, like, honestly, I don't know. Like, I think he might be dumb. You guys.
No,
I don't know. Believe it or not
possible.
He posted a photo here. Now, trigger warning. I'm gonna share this photo. It's like I guess it's like animal abuse, sort of. This photo. So if it's a little too much for you, look away. We'll share it for a quick second. But he posted this photo of a bunch of coyotes that he killed, spelling out Trump 24.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And
he didn't kill any of those, by the way.
Well, yeah, like he has 3 other people around him.
He went to a taxidermist and just bought
enough
coyotes to do this.
These are his Monzes.
Now, someone did explain to me that there's a huge coyote overpopulation problem.
Was it Aaron Lewis that explained this?
It was Aaron Lewis.
No. Phone, your Zoom sesh.
No. But yeah, exactly. And so it is common to kill coyote because they are predators and they'll like break into your chicken coops or, fuck with your farm animals and all that stuff. And
I've had my brother-in-law, I think, lost a cat to a coyote that just
right. Yeah, that was another thing. Yes.
That's not the issue I take with this photo. I mean, I feel
yes,
like
I'm getting to it, Darren.
Okay. It's just being proud of it.
So I understand the need to kill these animals. Like I have mixed feelings on hunting as well. Like I think hunting for sport is pretty whack. It's herb behavior. That's what I think this is. You're acting like a herb. And this whole posturing is total herb behavior for me because it's like, okay, I understand the need to have to kill these coyotes for for environmental reasons. Fine. But to then have the genius idea of fucking rounding up all the coyotes you killed and spending the time to exploit their dead carcasses for a photo op to promote your endorsement of a presidential candidate, that's stupid. You just look like an idiot.
I mean, it's just this is supposed to be a utilitarian thing when you kill a coyote. It's like, why are you so proud of the fact that it's like you got to just trying to piss people off?
Yeah.
You killed them with the fucking machine gun. Like you killed them from like 30 feet away with the fucking sniper rifle. Like, relax, okay? You killed them on easy.
Go put the coyote in a rear naked choke if you're so.
Yeah, exactly. Hand-to-hand combat. Like Alex, that Russian guy from Slaughter to Prevail, how he fights bears. Yeah. Now if he killed a bunch of bears and spelled out Trump 24, that's different. No.
We have these bugs. I don't know if you saw, like these moths. I don't know what kind of.
Oh, the lantern fly.
There's some kind of moths that are upsetting the eco balance of New York City.
Flies.
They're eating the some kind of other flies or some other kind of insects that
don't they kill trees too?
Yeah, and when they eat these flies, those other flies like kind of manage the bacteria level of our ecosystem. So like there's more bacteria in the environment when those moths are around. So you're supposed to just fucking squash the shit out of them. And I'm very unconditioned to doing that because I hate that. I hate even killing an insect, But I've been doing it. There's so many flies. I'm sorry. So many of those moths are in my school. Like they're everywhere.
Oh wow!
So I see like 10
it's gotten
of them
so
a day.
much worse this year. Yeah, like last year I feel is when the warning came out last summer, and I feel this year you really see the impact that like there's so many more of them of the lantern fries here in New York.
Lantern fries.
Those sound delicious.
Well, that's what I do with them.
Are they
after I
edible?
squash
Could
them.
we just fry them up? Yeah, bread them.
I don't know.
When I first met my ex-wife, she one of the first like selfies she sent me. We were talking about
Was with dead coyotes?
Yes, she was Trump 16. No, we were already dating. We were married already by then. She told me her friend bought her a box of crickets. They went on vacation, bought her a commercially sold box of edible crickets. I was like, "You're full of shit." She's like, "No, I really got
full
them."
of crickets.
She took a cricket and put it on her tongue. Showed me, I'm about to eat this thing. That was one of the first pictures she ever sent.
Wow.
Me. I can't. I would never eat it.
I would try it.
I mean,
I'd rather not.
If it was for the show, maybe, or something. I would never in my personal life eat a cricket.
I don't want to.
Worse than the seaweed, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm on his Instagram now. He has such dumb shirts.
Aaron Lewis?
Yeah, he has like a American flag shirt, and it says, "This is my pride flag."
Yeah, I mean,
such a
cool.
Cringe, so cringe.
I have a question about the picture with the coyotes.
Yes.
Do you think he killed just enough coyotes to spell the Trump 2024 out? Did he kill more than he needed and he left them to the side? Did he try doing it and hadn't killed enough, so he had to pause the picture and go kill a few more? Like, what was that process?
There's no chance in hell this was plotted out like methodically. We need this many coyotes to make a Trump thing. No chance in hell. I think the most likely either they had way too many or they ran out. But I think if they had made way too many, they would have just made a bigger thing. So I'm gonna guess they had not enough, and they had to go. They had like and they had to go back and kill way more. Coyotes.
Or buy from someone else.
Right. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they really killed it. All of these coyotes.
Yeah.
And it's beyond. It's just so funny. Like, oh, liberals are gonna get so triggered. I'm not triggered.
Because we
we
care so much about coyotes.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's fine to kill coyotes, like for environmental reasons.
Yeah.
But I just think I think he's a dick. That's all. It's like they think I'm gonna get so fucking mad about this. Like I just think you're stupid.
Yeah.
I've been on this show, probably pissing off my showmates at the time back then by supporting gun rights. I think like people should. I mean, we need them regulated and all that stuff. I'm on board with gun control, but I think. You know, with all the shit that could possibly conspire against us in this country, I think regular people should be able to have guns because you never know what the fuck's going to happen. But I think it needs to be done a lot smarter. So I'm not like broadly anti-gun. I just think Aaron Lewis is a dipshit.
Yeah.
I think like, and also I feel like the whole thing about gun ownership is like responsible gun ownership, and I feel with the hunting community. There's probably also like responsible hunting etiquette, and this is this is irresponsible.
But I think largely speaking, in the United States, and this is not a blanket statement about every single person, but the stupidest people in the country tend to have the most guns, and that's a big problem. And that's I think the ignorance of the country is a bigger problem than the actual gun ownership. Like just the abstract concept of gun ownership is not the problem. The stupidity and ignorance of people is the problem.
So should there be an IQ test? Like how would that?
No, I think it's a long, slow process. I don't think you can do one thing and just make it right. I think people need to be more educated. We need to spend more money on education. We need to promote better causes. We need to promote like kindness and tolerance and all that, and that takes decades. So it's just until then we need like strict gun control, and then the two things have to work in concert together.
But not a stained concert.
Never that.
Is that who else is in that picture? Is it his bandmates, or is it just like random gun bros dudes he has?
Yeah,
you know what I hate
the guitarist of his band, because he used to be Jason Newsted's guitarist. He was actually very nice. Mike something, not Muir.
I wanted to say, sorry. What was it?
Go ahead, Darren.
What I hate the most about Stain, the band, is
how the songs sound.
Yeah, well, partly. I mean, but the fact that it's a little more nuanced than that. Like, I think they're very catchy, and they're not good songs. And he's not a good musician, and he's not a good singer. But I get stuck in my head, and whenever it comes on in some store somewhere, like I sing along to it because he's like an idiot savant. Like, he writes catchy songs.
But like
even that stupid Trump song he wrote was not.
Oh yeah, what was that? Am I the only one?
Am I the only one who thinks this is so weird that people are woke now, etc.?
He must be so mad that ginger country singer did basically the same song and got way more cred out of it.
Well, that guy was more talented. I think also a little more clever in his lyrics. Like, I feel like for most of that song, it could be passed off as a sort of an introspective song until there's one little part where he just
the fudge rounds.
Yeah, fudge rounds
and the welfare queen. It's funny because I believe that ginger redhead I saw, he did a cover of Stain this week. Like, someone asked him to cover It's Been a While.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm not going to play it, but. All right. Another thing I wanted to talk about that happened in the music scene that got people talking is the band TesseracT released and retracted a statement recently about merch tips. Did you guys see this controversy?
No.
You guys hear about this, folks? You hear about this, folks? I feel like I'm an open mic comic right now. You hear about this? You hear about the TesseracT, folks? So common practice. I don't know if you guys have been to a show lately, but if you go to the merch booths, I've seen now that there's tip jars for the merch people, which is a nice way. You know, if the merch person does a good job or is a nice person, you can throw them a little tipski.
Just tip them. They don't have to be nice. Just tip them.
Yeah.
They're working hard.
And so this led to the drummer of TesseracT to release a statement.
Oh, no.
Which
Is that Cube 4, by the way? TesseracT? Is that the name of the next Cube movie?
So the drummer's name is Jay, and he writes, and this was like one of those slideshows that's like a screenshot of your Apple Notes app. You know?
Boy, that always does great.
Yeah.
On this U.S. tour, we've discovered an imbalance that I wish to shed light on. Also, these guys are British, which
do you like this band, by the way, or do they suck? What's the deal with this band?
They don't suck. They're not my favorite. Like, I don't really listen to them, but they're all right. I just don't necessarily like the genre of music that they play.
Okay.
It's not my most desirable style, but they're very capable musicians. They're good.
Okay.
I've seen them perform. I just don't go out of my way to listen to them. That's how I would say it. On this U.S. tour, we've discovered an imbalance that I wish to shed light on. As a touring musician, we put a huge amount of energy into bringing our music to our fans. It's our pleasure, it's our passion, but believe me when I say it costs us everything to do this. Touring at our level breaks even. Everything goes towards production, crew, and travel costs. When you purchase merch from a band at a U.S. show and leave a tip, as is customary, you're not tipping the band. The tip goes to the merch seller.
Okay.
From speaking with fans, we know some of you thought you were tipping the band. Mm-hmm. Firstly, thank you. Secondly, we apologize that your tip hasn't reached us. We didn't have vision of this system/culture until now. Also, to be clear, they're from the UK, where there's no tipping. Well, I mean, there's tipping, but it's not like in the US.
It's not mandatory.
It's not mandatory. From speaking to peers, we have discovered that some merch sellers are generating in excess of $30,000 in tips over the course of a 5 to 6 week tour.
Oh no!
Which is insane. He writes.
Is it?
No one else on a tour at our level makes anything close to this. The band members certainly do not. The other crew members are on agreed fees, nowhere close to this. We understand that in the U.S. service industry, tipping culture is normal. It brings low-paid jobs up to a hopefully livable level. Okay. The job we're hiring, though, is not a low-paid job.
Okay.
While it goes against the grain, our suggestion is that all tips taken at the merch desk should be shared across the entourage, band, and crew. We're all here working hard all day to bring the show to you. It seems unfair for one person to own a monopoly on tips for the entire package. While it's too late to make this change mid-tour, we have set up a digital tip jar that will be shared between the band and crew at the end of tour. Scan Tip the Band QR codes at our merch desk if you'd like your tip to reach all of us. As always, thank you for your continued support. We can't wait to see you out there. Now, as you can imagine, this did not go over well. You're fucking stealing tips from your merch, dude?
Well, this seems like a conversation that the band could have just had with the crew before the next night's show and been done with it. Why does this need to be publicized? Or like, he could just have been like, hey guys, it seems that the tips like should be shared among all of us instead of just Jim keeping everything. So that's how we're going to do it going forward. Okay, done. Like, why is this need to be a social media post? Why do we need to be told about it?
I have a clarifying question. So the guy that's selling the merchandise, is this a venue person or is it their guy? Like that
their guy.
Okay, so then it's like a little less shitty, I think, because it's like, but also you're still calling your own friend out or whatever. Your own employee.
Yeah, that's like, it's weird.
It seems selfish to me, I think, honestly. Because it's like,
I think the phrasing is poor.
It's like, hey, you're making too much money off of us. Give us some of it. Like, fuck you.
But also, I feel like the merch guy, if that's his only job in the crew, that's probably like among the easiest jobs.
Is it? You're the one having to interact with all these people and like sorting out the shirts. It's not that easy.
You're just, I don't know. I feel like lugging heavy equipment around or performing is.
You have to lug the merch around.
It's shirts. It's soft. You could take a nap on them. It's fine.
Okay, one shirt is soft, but like 50 shirts are heavy. A box of shirts is heavy.
I'm just saying it's not the toughest job on the thing, and it shouldn't
certainly
be the only
but
one
also though the band carrying the heavy merch, they get to perform, they get the adulation of the fans.
Darren, have you ever tipped at a concert?
Probably like if I went to buy drink or something at the bar.
But I'm talking about not concerts, like not venue staff,
the merch,
but like merch or anything to that, like the band.
Yeah, I mean, if there was a tip jar, I might have stuffed some money in there or something. I don't know.
I've tipped if we have like a exchange, I will throw a few bucks.
In my mind, buying the merch counts as me tipping the band.
That's what I was thinking. Exactly. Like your tip is the merch that like the upcharge on the merch is your tip.
Yeah. Right.
Like that's why it was so weird. I did recently buy a shirt from a band where the person selling the merch was the singer of the band. And they had a tablet with a square on it so I could pay with a credit card. And then it had like one of those
tip
suggestions like at a coffee shop, and I'm just like, I was a little taken aback because already you're charging me like way more for a shirt than what a shirt should cost. It was like $35 or something for the shirt, and then you want a 20% tip on that. Like who am I tipping? Yeah. What am I? In general, like I think I go go back and forth on tipping. I kind of hate tipping. I think it's annoying that the onus is put on me to like.
Yes, I agree with that.
Like for example, there's certain situations where I'm just like, what am I tipping for? Like when I call in a pickup order and they just hand it to me and then I pay for it and then they switch it over and like what?
Well, you don't have to there.
I know, but like just that the window is there. I hate that I have to feel guilty about it.
Right. Well, the guy handing you that food though will starve to death if nobody tips him. That's the problem. So like you
right, but here's the thing. Okay, yes,
it's not your fault, but it's still the situation.
This is why. Here's why I was upset in that specific scenario. I know the people at this particular restaurant are paid very well, and I'm already paying a markup on the food. Like the place is already overpriced.
McDonald's? Which one are you talking?
How do you know?
No, it's a bagel shop.
How do you know they're paid well?
I'm
not doubting you. I'm just curious.
I remember when they were hiring, I looked into what their hourly.
You were going to work at a bagel shop, Rob?
No, I just wanted to know what their.
What's wrong?
No, I just wanted to know what their hourly rate. I was curious what their hourly rate.
Man wants something
was.
to do after he goes swimming. What do you want? He's retired.
I want free. I spent so much money on bagels there that I want.
Oh my God! Imagine if you're getting free bagels, you'd triple in size. Be careful.
I have a question we haven't explored about the story. So you said the guy in the statement says some of our fans were tipping this merchandise person, thinking it was going to the band.
Yes.
What kind of fucking idiot thinks when you put money in
exactly
the thing that I'm tipping the band? Who thinks that?
I mean, I assume they mean they thought that it would be split among everybody and not just going to this one guy.
I've never thought that.
I could never imagine
the tip jar is specifically for that person.
I feel like when I've seen tip jars at merch tables, I assumed that it would go to everybody.
I would assume it goes to everybody working that merchandise stand and not not that one specific person. Yes, that much. Yes, I don't think the singer would. But anything of it.
When you go to the Gap or something, do you tip there? I'm buying clothes.
Exactly.
I do.
You do?
I do. I mean,
at the Gap,
it depends. It depends on the situation. There's sometimes if you go to a retail, they have shitty bosses that won't even let. Sometimes I have a nice conversation with someone. I leave $2 there, and they go, no, oh my God, I'll get fired. No, take it back. So I was okay.
I've seen that scenario as well.
But yeah, I try to if I go to a restaurant, not a sit down restaurant where you always tip, but I mean you go to Milk Shop or something like that.
But those places tend to have a tip jar out.
But if they don't have a tip jar, I still do. Oh, you're saying it has to be a clothing store?
At the Gap
specifically purchasing
50-50. I try to tip them.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, I've never had that scenario.
Sometimes it's not even in my brain, but I have before.
All right.
But I don't think they split it. But if they do, good for them. I don't care.
Don't restaurants often pool tips, and then all the staff share at the end of the night?
Yes, the tips are shared. I believe that the tips at restaurants are all pooled together.
I think it's case by case basis. I don't think that's always true.
When you tip, you're not just tipping your waiter; you're also tipping the busboy. You have to split with your busboy and all that.
I mean, they don't have. That's so poorly designed, and a lot, especially dining.
I agree. It's all a scam. That's the thing. That's what bothers me.
Well, that's why I never, when I go to a restaurant and I pay the bill, I never put the tip on my credit card. If I pay with a credit card, 0 tip in pen and marker, whatever, and then I take some money out and I give them cash because I don't put it in the person's fucking hand. And then if the owner still wants to take the money out of his hand, that's fine. But I know for a fact these owners, when they govern all the credit card receipts, and there's nothing preventing them from just saying, I'm going to snatch all these tips. Fuck you. Damn. So never. Yeah, my advice to anyone listening to this, is never tip on a credit card because it will not go to the person you're tipping. Probably 75% of the time.
Wow.
Just a guess, but I'm sure there's so many unscrupulous business owners. Sorry, Rob. What were you saying?
I said there was a big I forget which major restaurant here in New York City, but I just saw earlier this week that somebody got caught stealing tens of thousands of dollars from their waiters.
Terrible. And they're already making so much fucking money by the fact that they don't have to pay these people a normal wage already.
Yeah.
So you're basically getting away with breaking labor laws because you're paying below the minimum wage.
But yeah, I think this is stupid. They immediately rescinded this because they got so much blowback from people around just because they clarified, which to me sounds like a total backtrack, that we have not and will not be taking a cut of our merch seller tips, and we never wish to. This would have been an additional tip jar, is what he's saying. But that's not how the original message came across. It came across like, no, fuck our merch guy. We're splitting all the tips.
Right.
And here's the thing. It sounds like there's some serious problems with your business model if you really need to rely on tips in such a way. You know, like if you're saying like we're not getting paid, our crew's not getting paid, why are you on tour? You know,
because he said because they love the music so much and the fans, they sacrifice for you, Rob, and you don't even like their music that much, but it's all for you. Isn't that how he started the statement off?
Mm-hmm. Yes. No. Yeah. I'm just saying it's the fucking.
I continue saying what I've always said when musicians give these boohoo stories about how hard touring is. If it's that hard, stop doing it. It's fine. There's plenty of other bands. There's plenty of other bands. We're fine. If you're in this to make a profit and you're not making a profit, then you should probably stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's art. Art does not guarantee profit.
Yeah.
Fuck
Make better art.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun little moment.
Bunch of fucking clowns in costumes. Do they wear costumes? TesseracT? Oh.
I mean, I guess
just
you
like
could say
Thanos.
maybe, yeah, like they all dress. It wouldn't be called a costume, but they match. They wear dark clothing,
Uniforms?
with the logos. Yeah,
They don't wear styrofoam and kill the president on stage or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Another Aaron Lewis shirt I just saw. Nobody cares. World order.
Oh. There's above caring about things.
Well, who is that even meant to offend?
Yeah,
New World Order fans.
Yeah,
from the
like
90s.
Kevin Nash is
Yeah,
he's so
WCW loyalists.
Eric Bischoff is very angry about that.
This is a very pro Wolfpack take for somebody who kills coyotes.
Also, like, I don't understand this shirt. It says "Shut up, hippie," and it's I think Ronald Reagan.
Is it
Reagan laughing probably at the hippie?
Oh, I see. It's Reagan saying "Shut up, hippie." Okay,
But it is
okay.
confusing message. I think,
Yeah,
because his peers at first glance, he's the hippie.
look at his duck face with his dumb ultra MAGA shirt. What does that mean? Ultra make America great again. Like, what does that mean?
He's
You're
ultra.
so stupid.
Maybe the ultra stands for something also.
Like, you know, it's so funny to me, people that are like, I support Trump. Are you triggered? Are you triggered? It's like, no, dude, it's not 2015.
Yeah.
You're just dumb.
I get it. Yeah.
I tested positive for freedom, 1776. Is this a merch line that he's endorsed by? Like this, these all look to have
it could be his
the
own
same
merch
design.
line.
Let's see. Let me look.
Ultra is useless loser, total right wing asshole. There you go.
What's so funny is there's like 7 different designs with this message. It's, it's like anybody will.
Is that like I guess it's a COVID thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Though it could have been useful back in the day too, during the AIDS crisis.
Right.
It's a timeless shirt.
I assume. Okay, I think I found it. I think the source of Aaron Lewis's shopping.
Is it Frankie Palmieri's merch company?
It's even better. It's Etsy.
Oh no! Really?
It's a place called Lollipop Shirts.
What? Come on!
Look, it also has his "Fu Joe" hat.
Oh wow! It has all of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
How Republicans deny people the right to vote, and then it's a circle with 4 halves.
It's a pie chart.
Require citizen a pie chart.
4 halves.
Require 4 quarters. Oh my God. Require
Two
citizenship. Require identification. Must not vote. Get it because it's all the rules for voting.
So I got to read a fucking textbook to read this shirt.
Yeah. Oh, there's even a Canadian tested positive for freedom. Oh,
yeah.
Now these are other people making these shirts. There's competitive I tested positive for freedom shirts.
I really thought about like doing like this seems like such good passive income is coming up with these dumb phrases and selling these shirts.
Right.
Because it's like these people love to you know wear these slogans on their sleeve. Let people know how dumb they are.
Right. And you don't even have to like pack up the shirt and send it to anybody. You just make a design and they fucking send it for you.
This one, I guess it's fuck Biden.
I guess.
You're fucking Biden,
or is it Biden touches people like inappropriately? Could it be that?
No, because that stick figure is in motion way more than Biden is capable of now.
That's true.
I think it's just fuck Biden.
Man, I think, look, here's the Ultra MAGA shirt. Did he just buy out this whole person?
Clearly. Maybe they just sent him like a care package.
Oh, that's true as well. That's true. Yeah, I can see
so
that.
He could wear them in every. He's an influencer.
Yeah.
Wear
he is.
On Instagram.
All right. Maybe this is my new career.
Get some shirts.
I'm gonna make some shirts.
So wait, this is your options in life now? You either start a right-wing Etsy page or work at a bagel shop? Like, what the fuck is going on with you, Rob?
Or both.
This is my post-metal ejection world.
Right-wing bagels. Can you do that?
Yeah, sell the shirts out of the back alley.
There's all these people that hate Jews but want to eat bagels. If you could give them like a far-right anti-Semitic bagel.
Make bagel America nosh again.
A bagel free of Jew dough.
Yeah.
You know your judo well.
This is Democracy Manifest.
I see that you know your judo well.
Do we want to get into this Yelp review from our old pal?
Yeah, speaking of influencers.
And dining establishments.
We haven't checked in with our buddy Ken P in a while. And Sid, you noticed...
Oh, I check that page frequently.
Oh, okay. I guess we haven't really discussed him on the show too much, but our favorite Yelp reviewer is back. Yeah. And Darren, do you have them pulled up?
I do. This is a King Cullen he reviewed. I don't know if that's known around the country, but it's like a large supermarket chain.
Yeah.
And he gives King Cullen 4 stars, by the way.
Which is his most frequent number of stars that he gives.
Right. Having just arrived at the hotel in Rockville Centre. Now, I want to say, before I go any further,
he's traveling.
Is Rockville Centre correctly spelled in the British way? R-E? Is that a thing?
I think it is.
Okay. I was just checking because he spelled it that way.
It is.
I don't know if he was
confirmed.
I'm sure if he was just being pretentious. I was too early to check in for my room and was on the hungry side.
Oh.
I only had a cup of coffee before making the trek out to the island. Fortunately, the immediate vicinity of the hotel was rife with restaurants and pubs. But I wasn't looking for something super big. I was only seeking a sandwich of some kind.
Why would he mention all the restaurants and pubs then? It has nothing. Like he has to explain why he just went to a supermarket instead.
Right. Fortunately, these things I'm not in any way going to patronize. Were all around me.
Yeah. Just in case you're wondering. This isn't a review of the hotel, though, so what's in the vicinity of the hotel does not matter. It's not pertinent, but...
Well, he's a full service reviewer.
Yeah.
The desk staff at the hotel said that they always order such things from the King Cullen that stands directly in front of the hotel. So over there, I headed. At a quick glance, the store's loaded with everything you expect in a large grocery store. I don't think this company is in Brooklyn anymore since the one we had closed quite a few years ago. Now, since I was on a sandwich mission...
Sandwich mission, by the way, is the episode title. Lock that in.
I didn't really peruse the aisles as diligently as I might have as a regular shopper. As I walked in, I saw a sizable deli counter with a number of store staff all taking care of any customers who needed these offerings. And when the next person was available, they said they could make me a sandwich of whatever I felt like having.
Oh.
I kept it to a simple salami and provolone. Since my folks...
And hold on, he wrote provolone.
He wrote provolone, yes. the way it's spelled. Since my folks were in the same hotel and had said we would all grab dinner at around 5:30.
Why do we need to know the time?
Why do we know that? Yeah.
Listen, if I'm going to go to a King Cullen, I need to know the whole mise en scène of the person reviewing.
What he's doing, you call this a teaser, because now the Yelp reader is wondering, where did they go for dinner at 5:30? Is that the next review he's going to post?
Yeah, see? Now Sid's thinking here. See, you
That
got
is-
it.
That is good thinking.
That was too long a wait for any sustenance for me. While I should have asked for this on a roll as opposed to a hero. The sandwich. She's having second thoughts about his order. The sandwich surely did the trick. It was rather large, so half of it went into the hotel room fridge. Thanks for that detail. And was finished the day after the wedding.
Ugh.
In a nutshell, if you find yourself in the same situation as I was, this
Such a specific situation.
is a proper option for you. They have a lot of different cold cuts on hand, and since it's a supermarket, you have your choice of chips and soft drinks if you are adding that to the mix.
Okay.
And Darren, as I recall, you said you found another review of this King Cullen that was noteworthy. Do you want to share that one too?
One sec. Let's see. This is not from Ken.
Yes, this is from a different...
Yappa D of Upper East Side, New York. Says a lot of these New Yorkers just traveling to this random Rockville Center King Cullen for some reason.
We should go visit at some point just to see for ourselves.
Rob, you want to put it up while I read it, or should I just read it?
Let's see.
It's in
Well,
the
it's just
chat.
text, right?
Yes.
Yes. I don't
But it's just funny that all the typos are kind of all right.
Yeah.
Bad experience, I'm going to read it as it's written. 1 star. And Ken gave it 4. Bad experience, violent employee, almost like the killing at Stop and Shop. Found out they used my credit card information illegally and caused trouble, was the owner. Everything I like to buy, they stopped stocking. So this is a very multi-pronged attack here. They steal from you. It's murderous and violent. Also, they don't have the things that I want to buy there. They are sick-minded. One of them stalked me and bounced into my car for a fake accident.
What?
Why?
Why?
Don't know. Can't answer. That is the problem. There's something wrong with these people. Nasty cashiers, capital C, turn out to be the financial CEO scheming to try to catch normal shoppers who are doing nothing with shopping and stares at them to see if they've shoplifted. So the CEO, he didn't do anything. Yappa. Or she. I don't know the gender of that name. But something tells me they did something, and a cashier called them out, and now they've spun out this wild conspiracy theory that the CEO is scheming on them. Said that tells you what kind of, I think they mean sad. That tells you what kind of business it is. A large supermarket with bad old values that don't apply to today's society.
The old value of bouncing into your car for a fake accident?
Yes.
How many times is this all in one day that this happened to Yappa, or is this like over months and months?
Oh, that's a fucking hell of a day. If that's imagine.
The bagger bounced into my car for fake accident after stalking me, but let me go back and see if they have my Keebler cookies that I like this time.
Right. Oh, but they're out of Keebler cookies. That's the last straw. That's it. I was stalked.
This guy's staring at me. He must be the financial CEO.
CEO was doing the hidden boss trick from CBS reality show. I don't care. That's fine. Don't run out of my fucking Keebler. There was one other.
Those are some old values.
There was one other good one here.
Oh.
Kona K of Huntington Station, New York, Long Island says, 1 star. If you value the backs of your heels, don't shop here.
What?
The rich witches of Rockville Center speed their bitch in a hurry carts at breakneck speed, and you are in their way, and they will shove that cart right up your ass.
And then accuse you of bumping into their cart for fake accident.
These ladies do not compare prices, because if they did, they would see that this place charges about 25% more on just about everything, even a generic box of macaroni and cheese. Parking lot is a nightmare, and their husbands are all cheating on them.
What?
So yeah, she gets the credit card, and he gets some nice pussy on the side.
Are you? This is real.
This is on Yelp.
This is on Yelp.
What does this have to do with the actual King Cullen?
Well, you don't want to run into these rich witches of Rockville Center. I mean, sure. Isn't it great to be upscale, have prestige, and have a nice $2 million home on Long Island? Isn't it? Well,
wow.
There is two responses to this.
Ooh.
I didn't know you could even respond. Oh, there's a response, and then the person who wrote that responded to the response. Okay. Here's the response. I hate this town, and I really hate this King Cullen. Oh, no, this might be the person responding to themselves, I think.
Oh my God.
Yes. I hate this town, and I really hate this King Cullen. Oh, I got it now. All right. These are in reverse order. The one I just read is from 2022. This next one is a previous review of the same King Cullen in 2018.
Oh my God.
And the next one is the previous review, same person from 2017. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So this is that was 2022, what I just read. 2018, I hate this town, and I really hate this King Cullen. I really hate the housewives of Trophy Land, little blonde ponytailed morons that shop here. Always in a goddamn hurry, always bumping into me as well. I hate the parking lot here, especially. People are so nasty here, but mostly the prices of this King Cullen are an obscenity and a crime. $2.50 for one avocado. P.S. Rude staff too.
I love that all these reviews are like, I've been assaulted here, but the worst thing. Have you seen the price of the avocado? My feet are literally bleeding. I'm hemorrhaging, but I'd still come back if the avocados were only $1.95.
Okay. Yeah, that's the other thing.
What an avocado goes for nowadays if it's not on sale. I guess 3 for $5 maybe.
I was raped in the back alley, and they're out of Lucky Charms. Okay, so this is the one from 2017. I'm just gonna wait for this alarm to get off. Okay, thank you. I have an alarm that just goes off randomly. 2017. Stand by. King Cullen. My first review got removed. I did not say anything wrong or offensive. Possibly the most expensive supermarket on Long Island. That's not a Whole Foods type specialty store. Seriously overpriced. I'm laughing as I see the $2 rating. Means moderate prices. What? $5 for a bottle of Ocean Spray cranberry juice, Häagen-Dazs ice cream, $5 plus, etc., etc. Congested parking lot, security guards and security cars, very unsavory atmosphere, surly workers too, although some of them are nice. They know they're in a rich neighborhood and they can overcharge as much as they want. And please remove that open 24 hours if you're not open 24 hours. False advertising.
This place is horrible. I wish I could come here more often.
Yes. Horrible and not open often enough. That's great. You want one more bad King Cullen review? Okay. Courtney D., whose avatar is a woman with a little baby. Rockville Center, New York. Me hate King Cullen and all of the grocery stores in Rockville Center.
Oh my God.
Me hate. If I find it baffling that there's not one decent grocery store in this area. You know what? This is kind of saying the same thing, but I just like that me hate King Cullen. That was fascinating to me, why she wrote that.
It was written by her 3-year-old. It was the baby in the avatar is the one who wrote the review.
Oh, that makes sense. That's actually pretty impressive then. Grading on a curve.
And no Keebler cookies.
Yeah, no Keebler cookies, and I got thrown down a flight of stairs.
They tried to kidnap me.
Well, I don't know. Do they serve pussy on the side? Dusty Rose Muffler asks.
That's a reason to come back.
I don't see it.
That would be the only good thing.
Anyway, let's get to our Spotify picks. Every week, we each pick a song. We throw it on a Spotify playlist. You can check it out. Search for RIP Livecast Music Break on Spotify. There's like a billion songs there. And my pick this week is a song that I haven't heard in like 15 years. But in jiu-jitsu class this week, it came up, and I was just like, "Oh man, I like really loved the song." I couldn't even remember the song. I had to go to my coach and be like, "What's up? What was this?" And it was Blindside. The band, remember Blindside? They're from Sweden, I think.
No.
And they had a moment on the radio.
You mean Shinedown?
No, Blindside. I bet if you listen to the song, Sid, you will remember it because it was a big rock radio hit. It was a little Pitiful is the song by Blindside. Pitiful, you're pitiful.
Yeah.
I remember every word you said.
Isn't that James Blunt?
Pitiful, you're
Yeah,
pitiful.
The way you're singing it, Rob, sounds like James Blunt.
Yeah, but that's my pick. It's a great song. It's been stuck in my head all week. Now it could be stuck in your head.
All right.
Sid, what did you pick?
I picked the song Let's Have a War by the band Fear for no reason whatsoever. Darren?
Yeah, I picked Young MC, Principal's Office, because I love that album, and I always thought it was absurd that a guy who was about 24 when that album came out was like singing a song from a perspective of a high school student. But other than that, I still love Young MC, and he was great.
Yeah.
Listen to him.
He was one of those rappers that was like a huge, huge star for like 3 minutes and then gone from the face of the earth.
And he sort of an extended, like slightly more than a one-hit wonder, but he had one major hit, which was Bust a Move, which was an enduring classic, and still it gets played all the time at arenas and sports events and stuff. But really never had another hit like that, but he had a few smallish ones. And he was big on Howard Stern all the time.
Yes, that's right.
Constantly.
Didn't Howard Stern give him some award for having sex with good-looking white women? I recall that being.
Don't remember this, but it sounds right up that show's alley.
Oh, and by the way, before we forget, RIP this week goes to our longtime Australian listener, Aki, who we found out this week passed away earlier this year. It's really fucking sad.
Very
RIP
sad.
Aki.
He would always talk on Facebook about having health problems. I always felt really terrible for him, and I guess it caught up with him. So to his family and friends, RIP a legend.
Yep.
Yeah, we loved Aki. I spoke to Aki a lot, off the show about wrestling and stuff. And, he was a really big wrestling fan, just like I was. And we're really going to miss him. It was very, very sad to learn about his passing. And our thoughts are with his family and his friends, and it's very sad to lose a member of the extended Livecasters crew. So, we love you, Aki. And we love all of our patrons. How about that for a transition? from mourning to capitalism. All right. Now, but yeah, if you want a little more Livecast in your life, you could hit up our Patreon, patreon.com/RIPALivecast. $5 a month gets you access to 2 bonus episodes every month, and there's over 3 years of bonus episodes in there, so you got hours and hours of extra Livecasts.
Our Patreon has existed longer than most podcasts now.
It's true.
It's true. We're now in 4 years, I believe, of Patreon.
Have we had our Patreon longer than Mike Francesa has had his podcast? Probably.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Take that, Mikey. And we even did an episode about him.
We started our podcast like a week after our Patreon, like a week before COVID, right? Something like that. Or close to it.
It was early 2020.
Yeah. It was right before COVID.
So I know Mike wasn't doing that yet.
Yeah.
Which is crazy that COVID is about to be 4 years ago.
Almost legal.
Not quite.
Counting the days till I can fuck some COVID.
What? But
read them shout outs, Rob.
But yeah, no. The big episodes this month, we did a watch along of the Foo Fighters horror film Studio 666, and we also did a roundtable discussion about the Amazon Prime movie Cassandra, which is about a Mexican lucha libre star who happens to be gay and incorporates like a little bit of gayness into his performance as an exotico. It's a very fun story, and a fun conversation was had. So we have that. We have tons of watch-alongs in there. We watch music documentaries like Decline of Western Civilization. We watch the Kiss movie. Lots of great stuff in there. Patreon.com/RIPLivecast. And for $5 extra, $10 a month, you get a shout-out at the end of the show, which is right now. Darren, do you want to do it as the Yelp reviewer in that supermarket being assaulted by these people?
Oh.
Or maybe just recommending a different kind of sandwich.
Yes.
For each person.
Eric, I hear that the King Cullen has great gabagool. You should try it with your provolone. Benjamin, Dan R., you must hit up aisle 7 and sample the King Cullen's Cocoa Puffs. Mindy Mayer's Keeper and Shashure's Shashusets. If you need tampons for any reason, as I did on mine when I had a terrible nosebleed, check out aisle 12. Hugo likes tacos and Lando Danks. You'll find Ortega and Old El Paso in aisle 4. LaCroix, Corey and Scotty H. When you tire of hearing my loud, booming sonic vibes in your cranium, you can get Aleve in the pharmacy department. And, of course, Doug Pigman and Douglas, who are you, Leveson? Make sure to tip your cashier on the way out after approving your purchase. That is all!
Well, thank you, Darren. Thank you, our Yelp reviewer, and thank
Ken.
you. I'm sorry.
Bathroom.
Thank you to all of our listeners. Making it through another week. Have a safe. We're actually off next week. We're not going to be doing a show. We're going to be we're going to be unlocking a Patreon episode. And if there's a particular Patreon episode you want us to unlock, let us know in our Discord. Hop into our Discord. The link for our chat is at riplivecast.com. And then you can let us know. And so we'll be posting a bonus episode for free this coming Saturday. And then back on the air next Saturday. Hopefully.
Possibly with a special guest, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is correct.
Mystery guest.
And, oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, and I guess have a happy Halloween because this is our last October show, I guess. So
yeah,
have a happy and safe one, and post your costumes in the Discord. We love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.
Bye.